Hey, what's going on, guys? Coach Andrew here with Coach Kata from Prodigy Fitness, and today we've got your ultimate squat checklist. So you want to start back squatting, but you don't know really where to start. Well, here we have your ultimate checklist to make sure that you're staying safe with your back squat. Okay, so the first thing that you want to be aware of when you are back squatting is you want to have the rack height set correctly. So for us, and for most people, we want to set you up with a bar height about chest height, right? So Coach Kate is going to walk up so you guys can see he's about chest height. This is going to ensure two things. One, if the bar height were a little bit higher, he would have to do some calf raises to get the bar out. Initially, that's not necessarily going to be a problem, but when he's done, he's tired from a set of squats, that might be a little bit more challenging. And then number two, we want to make sure it's not too low, right? Because then he's gonna have to do an extra squat to get the bar in and out. All right, so we want about chest height for your rack height, okay? So number two is your shoulder position or the rack position on the bar, all right? So when people get set up initially with the squat, what we often see is that they set the bar up on their neck, all right? And it's kind of hard to see here, but on the neck, right? And they go to stand up and like, wow, that's really painful. What we want instead is we want to set the weight up on your shoulders, all right? So we're gonna have you move down a little bit. So when he picks the bar up, now the bar is on his shoulders, okay? So you wanna make sure that the bar is not up here on his neck, it's right back here on your shoulders, okay? So if you're really getting into powerlifting, you may hear the term kind of low bar squat, okay? So right there, that was a high bar squat. So you may hear low bar squat. So now, all right, so Coach Kate is getting set up. You can notice it's a little bit lower in the back, all right? And that's just what a low bar squat is, okay? Number three is hand placement. So sometimes we see people get too far out with their hands, okay? And they do that because of maybe limited shoulder mobility, a comfort thing, whatever it may be. But we want your hands in tight because that's gonna help make sure that we have a lot of tension in our overall body here, right? So you guys can see Coach Kata's hands are right outside his shoulders, all right? And that's gonna allow him to really kind of crank down on the bar and get into our next tip, all right? So hand placement right outside the shoulders. The next one, as he goes to pick the bar up, all right? We want to think about bending the bar around his back, okay? So he's gonna pull the bar down, and that's gonna really activate these lats. It's really gonna create a lot of total body tension, which is gonna help make sure that everything stays nice and safe, okay? The next thing that we wanna think about is taking a nice, big, deep breath. So first, let me back up real quick. So he's gonna step back and we're gonna get his feet set, okay? So for us here at Prodigy, we talk about hip to shoulder width apart, right? People with longer limbs or, we all have different hip sockets, things like that. It's way too geeky for this video. But anywhere from about hip to shoulder width. So once Coach Kata gets his feet set, all right, he's gonna really think about pulling that bar down, right, and creating a lot of tension in his body, all right? So he's gonna take a nice big deep breath in, he's gonna hold it, okay? And then now as he squats down, he's gonna really think about screwing those heels into the ground, okay? And then he's gonna stand back up, all right? So create a lot of tension in the body, screw the heels into the ground, okay? Our next tip or part of our checklist is pull yourself down into the squat, okay? What we don't wanna see is you just kind of collapse into the squat, especially when you have a ton of weight on your back, okay? Think about pulling yourself down into the squat. Think about this bar has a bunch of bungee cords going up to the ceiling and you have to pull that bar down into that squat. That's gonna ensure that we keep a lot of that tension, okay? So last time here, so he's gonna go down, he's gonna pull himself into that squat. And then our last tip here, he's gonna push himself away from the ground, right? Push the floor away from him, all right? And he's gonna finish with his hips, all right? So one more time, he's gonna pull himself down, he's gonna push the ground away, finish with those hips, all right? So there is your ultimate squat checklist, all right? I know we went through it a little bit quickly, so if you need to, go back and watch it again. As always, if you have any questions, we'd be more than happy to answer them for you, all right? If you're a busy adult in the Tri-Valley and you're looking to lose weight, get stronger, have more energy, we would love to help. All you gotta do is click on the link in the first comment below and we'll take care of the rest, all right? Talk to you guys soon.